Hello everybody, this is the Flying Turk again with another review video for you guys. And today we're taking a look at the Local Legend 19 Focke-Wulf FW200. This is one of my favorite planes from the World War II era, or before World War II era if I might say so. The first one took off to the skies in 1937 and first took service in 1938. This is the FW200 Condor, as we said. It started out as a passenger plane. It has four BMW radial engines. I think it was BMW 132 engines. I ain't so sure about the modeling and name of them, but they sound amazing. I have a lot of flight hours in this plane in War Thunder. I used to play the German Tech 3 a lot back in the day, and when I was playing, I loved to play with the bombers, and this was one of the planes I got to use a lot. It is a little bit different than the military version. Like this is all sleek panels. The military version has like a turret on top, a turret at the front. I don't remember if that one to the rear, but that one on the bottom for sure, and to the sides. It was not one of the best planes in the game, but I just loved how it flew. I love to see the four big engines, these landing gear. It was just amazing, and it's even more amazing in this game with this passenger variant with all the beautiful animations of Microsoft Flight Simulator and all the airports we can fly to with this bird. I'm impressed. But let's take a closer look at this plane. Like I said, this is one of my favorite old school propeller planes in this game so far. I love the landing gear, like how it's modeled and how it retracts. You will be amazed in a minute when I will be showing it you. But this system is very intricate. It's definitely not an easy system. There's a slight little error here where the sleeve has come off this part, but it might be intentionally as well. I don't know. Here we have the nose of the plane. We have a light just in front of the nose. This is the cockpit, and I gotta say, if you look at it from a certain angle, the plane looks even angry a little bit. Like, look at these lines. But yeah, the exterior modeling is very nice. It's not study level, but they have done an amazing job modeling this plane, adding all the textures, all the dirt and grime as you can see. There's a lot of panel lines, a lot of rivets. There is a modeled cabin inside. There is even a cargo bay and a lavatory, which we will be taking a look at very soon. But look at all the rivets that have been modeled into this plane. All these panels. They've done an amazing job. I ain't so sure about who the developer is, but I don't think it's Aeroplane Heaven because it looks and feels a lot better than their stuff. No, usually I'm not a big fan of these old propeller planes, but this is one of my favorite ones so far. The door even opens up to the rear, but before we jump into our cabin, let's move into our cockpit and show you guys how this plane looks from inside. And this is our cockpit. Since this is a tail dragger, it is pointed up, so visibility is reduced while taxiing, but you won't notice any of that while flying. There are a lot of peepholes to the left and to the right. The windows are massive, and it's like almost a panoramic view on top. Get a beautiful view of the engines and the wings from here. You can even look at them through the peephole. You get a closer look. The yoke is reminiscent of a yawing boat on this side. On this side it comes from the left and the front. I don't know why they did that way, but sure, right? It looks like this side is a little bit larger compared to that side. Uh, Weird design choice. I cannot understand exactly why that has been done, but sure. It looks super beautiful inside and out. We have all old school steam gauges inside the plane. This is the artificial horizon, which has been modeled very nicely. Looks accurate to the real deal. By the way, before we move back, we have an EFB, which we can use for a few things. This is the home screen, does nothing. You can see your airspeed, like flight information and weather information. Super useful mid-flight. Here you can see all the weight, which tank has how many liters of fuel and in weight. You can switch from metric to imperial systems, whichever you prefer, but since this is a German plane, it would probably be more appropriate to keep it in the metric system. You can even go to GPS pages. Let me see, it's acting up a little bit on me. It might be because the plane is not turned on, but before it was just working. You can set up your GPS from this one. Let me start up the engine in a bit and let's look at this screen again. These are all the throttle and buttons and knobs and name it. We have some basic light controls, landing lights, taxi lights, magnetos, floodlights. You can turn them all the way on. Windshield DIs, surface DIs, nav lights, tail, strobe. You have cowl flaps which you can open up and close. I don't see them moving, honestly, but it is here. Like they have added the handle for it. Here we have flaps lever. We only have three settings for flaps: retracted, medium, and fully extended. Here we have main fuel valves, fire extinguishers, and from here you can drop fuel out of the certain tank. All the tanks you have, you can choose a certain one if you like so, to balance out the fuel on board, to get a better landing. You can close it up again. Let's move to the back. Here we have a jump seat for an extra pilot. Here we have some extra controls. Fuselage tank, you can choose which tanks are pumping fuel. Here we have another peephole to the left where you get another cool engine slash wing view. On this side we have the console for the communications guy or the radio guy. Here you can get set up all the different frequencies, your squawk codes, name it. I don't know if it's squawk transponder code. Yeah, squawk code is here. ATF frequency. You can set up a lot of different things here. Notizbuch, this notebook in German. Here we have another nice engine view to the left. These doors are fully animated. You can open them up. And we have this nice old school cabin inside with these large benches. Here we have an overhead bin that has some luggage inside on this side as well. I love these old school planes with their old school couches and benches and tables. It looks amazing. It goes on at the back the same way. Honestly, I think these single seats are better, but this would be amazing too if you're flying with a companion. This is our main door that we just opened up. From here, this is where all the passengers and pilots would enter the plane. We can open this door up. We can open this one up as well. Let's not fully open it so we can see. You can fully open it if you like, but no need. This is the bathroom or lavatory. Here you can do number 1 and number 2. Drop your bombs inside. Here we have a mirror that's not working really well. You can see outside of the plane. It's fine. Like who's gonna? I ain't bothered about this. It's not too important to me, anyways. Here we have a sink. Here we have a towel to wipe off your hands. Honestly, I'm even happy that they have added these little details. It's very necessary. Like most of the time, we're in the cockpit anyway, flying the plane or in outside view. And here we have storage compartment. We have some mail. This is flour, I think, and Dutch mail is flour, so I think it's the same in German. Werkzeugkasten. This I'm not too sure of. Kasten is shelves, but I'm sure about what Werkzeug is. Anyways, we have some more flour to the back, and this is where the plane ends. We cannot go any further. Let's warp ourselves to forward. Let's close up the main door. You can see that beautiful animation of the door closing. At this point, I will turn on game volume a little bit for you guys so you can hear the engine sound of this plane. The startup sounds, it sounds super amazing. At this in mind. And I love the animations of how the propellers are spinning and how it looks. Okay, that's it. Our engines have started. That was it for the engine sound. Let's try to show you a quick takeoff performance of this plane and show you guys how that looks, how it behaves, so you can have a basic idea of the plane. And honestly, now I'm not too big of a fan of old school planes like this because they're delicate. They don't have a lot of range. You have to, oops, like this, like the tail draggers. You have to plan things out beforehand. When you turn, how much power you put in. Like, this is a very bad takeoff, guys. Don't mind me doing a horrible takeoff. I'm already going too fast for this plane. Like, for taxiing, you should almost use no throttle. As you can see, we have gone all over the place. It's definitely not an easy one to taxi and take off. You will see on takeoff as well. I don't know how to lock the tail gear. That should be possible somewhere. Let me see if I can find the tail gear lock. Yet I ain't seeing something that looks obvious, so we will just keep with it. Let's try to eyeball it and do a good takeoff. Let's show you full flaps before we go off. This would be full flaps when it's almost vertical to the ground. And this would be half flaps when it's, well, protruding a little bit. That's it. That's flaps 1. Let's give her full throttle. And I want to show you this beautiful gear animation. And it can take off very quickly. Let's retract landing gears. Look at this, guys. Look at how they retract. The front panels open up. It falls in all the way. It closes up. The rear one retracts as well. I love this plane for what it is. It's a proper old school airliner with 4 engines. It can't get any better than that. It's a hell of a lot cheaper than the BMDG DC-6. So if you're into doing these old school flights with the propeller planes that have 4 engines, this is a very cheap way to get into that. I love it. I think you guys will like it as well. If you've liked my review so far, make sure to like, comment and subscribe to my channel to support me on this YouTube journey. This was my review for the Local Legend 19. I hope to see you guys in another video, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.